afternoon, everybody, and I hope none of you are hungover. It's a Monday now, so you should all be working, studying, and so forth. But after yesterday's events, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few throbbing heads. We won 5-1. Fantastic result for that day as well. To seal the title with a result like that is fantastic, brilliant. Scenes before, during, and after the game were amazing. I wish I was there. Gutted kind of for Núñez. I thought he was going to come on and get a goal, give him a lift. I wanted Trent to get a goal as well. He was looking for his thing on the edge of the area from corners. It would have been nice if he could have repeated what he did last week at home for that title win. And it was a great result anyway, especially after going 1-0 down. And then we just rolled over them. Really, it could have been more. Could have been 6 or 7. And at one point, I think when Núñez came on, I thought, he's going to get a couple here. And I think I said to a friend of mine, this is going to be 7-1. I'm glad I didn't put any money on it, but Slot's really got a machine going, hasn't he? I mean, we've been relentless. The amount of games that we've looked like we're struggling because the results have only been like by 1 goal, but really we've just been controlling the games and grinding out the results. We have the other teams on the ropes almost, and just keep plucking at them till we get the goal. Slot's machine. That's a chant I want to see hear the crowd do, stamping and going, slot machine, slot machine, slot machine. I think it'd be dead intimidating with all their flares and that as well. The performance was fantastic. McAllister, I think he's proved to the world really, that he's the real deal. I don't think he's that athletic really. See, now obviously he's got the endurance and everything, because he's a professional footballer. It means he's an athlete. But what I mean is, he's not the tallest, he's not the quickest, and I think we lack that in midfield. But he still gets about, and when you play football as a kid, especially on concrete, and you sort of try and tackle a player, or you and another player, or sort of 50-50 try and get the ball, and it's all kicking each other's. He's like that. He's like a terrier. He just doesn't give in. He's just he's been brilliant. His goal was good. I wouldn't have minded if he got a few more, got at least one more. It was just the perfect day. I hope that there's not sort of an anticlimax for the last 4 games. We've got Chelsea, I think, away, Arsenal at home, Brighton away, Crystal Palace home. And I'm not too fussed because we've done it now. But it would be nice to go and win them as well. Even more so if we could do it while playing some of the lads that haven't been getting game time. Because I would really like to see Chiesa and Núñez and Elliott start the last 4 games. I really would. I think it would be fantastic if they got play and we did get results and they looked like the players that I believe they are. Because I even think Núñez is good. I just think he's perhaps starstruck or from the club, maybe he doesn't. The shock and awe of being at such a big club's not. It's too much for him, maybe. But also, I think he's just a little bit of a counter-attack specialist. He wants an early ball in behind defenders so he can run onto it. And he could have scored yesterday doing exactly that. He laid it off to Salah, I think it was, but his pass was a little bit too heavy. And I would have loved to see him just boot that and score. And I think he should have tried. I wouldn't have thought less of him if he missed, but I would like to see that hunger for him. So I'd like the last 4 games for him, Elliott and Chiesa to start, and maybe 1 or 2 of the youngsters get games as well. The opposition's tough though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we go strong even in them games. I've seen comments aimed at Fergie, and I kind of want to laugh. But the thing is, I hated him back then, but now I like, look what he did. I mean, I know it was at Man United, but look what he did. And you can say move over Man United because we're on that perch with them again now. But can you really say it to Fergie? Has Klopp done what Fergie did? Has Slot? Has any manager at Liverpool done what Fergie did since Fergie? I don't think we can. People like Carey should know better. He made the comment, I think. He should know better. But yeah, move over Man United maybe. And hopefully next season we push them off. I mean, it's a tough ask. The teams that are going to spend money. I mean, even Villa have been spending money recently, haven't they, really? So I hope we spend a bit. I have the players that I want. I would like just keep Chiesa. I would like us to get a proper number 9 that we don't use as a false 9. That someone good in the air. I mean, it's just not Nunez's game, is it? But I'd really love to keep him. I'd go for a young lad, or even see if we could pinch that lad from New Zealand that plays for Forest. Or I'd like to see get another midfielder, similar type to what we've already got, someone that can get about the pitch a bit. Ideally, someone tall. I don't think we win enough headers in midfield. When teams have done that against us this year, we've come unstuck. It's been far more difficult for us. So I'd like to see someone who's going to win those balls in the air and the second balls. And then we could also, if we've got 4, I know we've still got Jones, but I think there's room for another player. I think we should genuinely be rotating more. And I don't know why we haven't. And it worries me a little bit that it might mean we're not going to buy anyone, and then it might mean 1 or 2 might go. Because why would they stay if they're not getting games? Lots to think about. I tell you what, after winning this league title, I can honestly say I'm looking forward to summer. I'll be disappointed if we don't make any signings, but not terribly disappointed because it's still, I'm finding it all interesting again. You've got to thank Slot and the team for that, really, haven't you? We're the best in the country again, and we really are the best. The other teams, it's a 38 game season, a league title, and we've won it. The old saying used to be the league table doesn't lie, and it doesn't. You have to be the best to be the champions, and we've done it. Hopefully we'll go on to do it again next year. I don't believe that can happen, but I do think we've got a chance. I mean, if we've done it this year, you can do it again. But I just wonder how strong the other teams are going to get and what will happen. You just never know, do you? I've got a feeling Arteta might be leaving what's he really achieving? You know, I mean, what's he won since being at Arsenal? And they're constantly being told they're building something. It's a process. But when's it going to come to fruition? When's it going to bear fruit? I think he might leave. I think he might leave. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited again. And I can't wait to the parade. I think it's going to be mental. Hope I get a chance to go. Probably said it already. And it was just, it's a good time to be a Liverpool fan. Really good time. I'm really happy we've got the right man for the job. Slot does seem exactly that. No show, no bravado. He's what he says on the tin. You know, you see what you get. He wants the work ethic that Klopp wanted. He's got a vision, and you can't really say anything more than what's already been said. That's one thing the club definitely got right this year, was picking him, because Slot's machine is a force. We were fantastic in the Champions League, and don't let anybody tell you different. Paris Saint-Germain had to be at their very best to beat us. If any other team played us, we'd have won over those two legs. It took Paris Saint-Germain to be, for those two games, the best in Europe to beat us. And I kid you not, defensively, I thought they were fantastic displays. Kind of reminiscent of Benitez backs against the wall kind of stuff, you know, and we still look deadly going forward. So yeah, Paris Saint-Germain had to be at their best to beat us, and any other team would have lost, in my opinion. So, and you look at the league stage of the Champions League, we were untouchable. We were brilliant. And I think that's still a sign of how good we can do next year. I think we'll get through the league stage next year again. And then we'll see what happens from then. I just can't wait. I can't wait. That's what winning has done. It's given me a lift. And because you could probably tell by my other videos, I was very, very nervous about whether or not we were going to drop the ball towards the end. Anytime we got a draw, I was thinking, oh no, this is it. This is the start of our dip in form. In the end, our dip in form was just a few draws here and there, really. Yeah, and now we have that lift. We can celebrate for the rest of the season and hopefully capitalise on what we've done and win more next year. And just like most fans, I'm not expecting the club go out and buy someone for 100 million. I'm not. I just want us, when we identify a player that we want, like Jude Bellingham, to go out and get him. Don't talk about over 5 million or this or that. He's your target. Get him. You know, whether it's 50 million or 20 quid. Just do what you want. Like, you know, be dominant. Be forceful. Get your targets. Overall, I think I'll be happy with whoever we sign. You've got to think that we've just won the league on the back of what the club's bought and sold over the last few years. So I just want, like I say, I don't want targets to keep slipping away. Because say what you want about Casido's performances at Chelsea, I think he'd have been better at Liverpool. I think he'd have done better at Liverpool. And say what you want about Jude Bellingham, but I think he would have been revelational at Liverpool. It would have been fantastic. And if these were players that we want, if that's the calibre of player we want, we should get them. And Jude Bellingham in the end didn't even go to Real Madrid for as much as it was being suggested. From what I heard, actually, it was we pulled out. And that was probably something down to his demands. Might be down to something like his commercial, his own branding. But I think we should have got him, and that's what I want. If the club now identifies that it wants to someone, if it wants to go for a Kevin De Bruyne for 12 months, I want them to get him. Regardless of whether I want him. Don't keep missing out on your targets. You do your homework, you identify your target, you've talked to him already during the homework process. You know if they're interested and you push for the move. I don't think we've quite done that. It would be nice now to see, is it Richard Hughes? Hughes is his last name. It would be nice now to see him go out and make a statement. And by that I mean by getting the players he wants, not by spending spending everything we've got. I think the talk was Huijsen and Kerkez. Kerkez reminds me of Risa, and therefore I want him. And Huijsen, if that's how you pronounce his name, he's going to be, well, at this stage he looks like he's going to be absolutely epic. He reminds me of a Hippier or a Van Dijk, and I would like to get him. I've got other names that I would like. Hato, I think, in the Dutch league. He's a left-sided centre-back that can play left-back. Reminds me a lot of Nuno or Nunez? Left-back for Paris Saint-Germain. Reminds me of him. Midfielder. I would like another one, but I want someone. Unless, actually, if we're going to play him, Bajcetic and one of those other young ones that we've got. If we're going to play him, but they need to, because our midfield three looked knackered, looked dead on their legs when we were at in all the competitions, and they've got to be rested, and that means pulling them off at 60-70 minutes, pulling them off, or resting them for domestic cup games. Yeah, anyway, not down to me. But yeah, it's exciting times to be a Liverpool fan. I'm looking forward to summer. I'm looking forward to next season. And let's see how far Slots Machine can go.